Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about the benefits and challenges of being highly sensitive. I'm going to start off with my story as a highly sensitive person. As a highly sensitive person, I have chosen to embody my sensitivity levels, vulnerability, unique needs, and all my gifts and talents. A few years ago, I struggled to understand my challenges because they seemed so different from those of others. I did not know anyone who would be as overwhelmed as I would, require as much time as I needed, felt as deeply as I did, or spoke as passionately as I did. I remember sitting in my balcony and spending hours being close to the plants to feel like I was in my body. I would wake up and try to settle my energy and emotions for the fair part of the day. It almost felt as though the only thing I did on most days was to be able to survive that day. And I'm not exaggerating. It wasn't until I learned that I was highly sensitive that I was able to develop the skills I required to support my sensitivity and unique gifts. Of course, it took me almost 2 years to learn precise skills that I required to support my sensitivity. However, I got there. And today I know that I'm better off being sensitive or highly sensitive. So why do I say that being highly sensitive is both a gift and a challenge? Scientists like Dr. Elaine Aron have studied the trait of high sensitivity and recognized it as a genetic trait that helps in evolution. In the past 2 years, I've shared many scientific facts about sensitivity and highly sensitive people in my art blog. You can find it in my website. The link for that is in the description. But today, I would like to share some of the benefits of being highly sensitive. All gifts and talents come with gains, right? So let's see what you could be dismissing about yourself. If you're sensitive or highly sensitive, or suspect that you're sensitive or highly sensitive. So some benefits of being highly sensitive could include that highly sensitive people have deeper insights into situations. They have heightened senses. They can be more empathetic and read others' energy and emotions. They can be more compassionate. They can be emotionally, energetically, psychically, and cognitively gifted. They can be aware of threatening situations beforehand and can protect themselves from harm. They can be highly intuitive. They can be highly aware and more informed. They can be extremely creative and have high emotional intelligence. I understand that many sensitive and highly sensitive individuals can be critical of themselves and attract critical situations. However, it is important to remember that as sensitive and highly sensitive people, we have many gifts and talents. So why be critical of ourselves, right? Instead, we could celebrate our gifts and utilize them to support the world to evolve. Because let's face it, the world needs more highly sensitive people to move forward. Wouldn't you agree? Now, I do have to emphasize that sensitive or highly sensitive individuals can come across challenges if they don't learn about their gifts or develop skills to manage them. The reason for that is that when our gifts remain unrecognized, they remain mismanaged or unmanaged. For no fault of our own, we would be blaming ourselves for not understanding ourselves or others. When not managed, sensitive and highly sensitive people can experience fear, anxiety, self-doubt, lack of self-belief. They can choose wrong paths, choose wrong opportunities, choose wrong careers, choose wrong relationships, go through relationship challenges or career challenges, can feel as though they're low on confidence, can have brain fog, physical health issues, emotional overwhelm, feel extremely stimulated most times, and they can also go through a misdiagnosis wherein they can be misdiagnosed with a mental health issue that could seem like a mental health issue but actually is a gap in their sensitivity, understanding of their sensitivity, And I'm not saying this as a licensed therapist because I'm not a licensed mental health therapist, but this is solely based on my research, my personal opinion, and my personal experience. Which is why I find it important for sensitive and highly sensitive people to learn about their gifts and talents, as it could open doors to health, healing, monetary gains, career opportunities, and soul expression. Now, why do I say that learning about sensitivity matters? And also, let's talk about art as a tool to cope with high sensitivity. So let's first talk about why learning about sensitivity is essential. When we invest our time and energy in controlling situations or people that would never understand our uniqueness, we would be wasting our time and energy. In such times, individuals usually remain stuck for a long time, assuming that their sensitivity is their fault. And there could be many people who could support that belief as well. Instead, sensitive individuals could recognize the need of the hour, which is their education about their gifts. When sensitive individuals invest in their education, they stop wasting time and energy on things, situations, and people that they cannot control. And if I'm being fully honest, our gifts will always support us, even when the outer world doesn't. So it is better to depend on one's gifts than not, right? It's also a smarter way to go forward. Also, why can art support sensitive and highly sensitive people? Art has a beautiful way of supporting sensitive and highly sensitive people. As a highly sensitive person, I understand that the fear levels of sensitive and highly sensitive individuals are fairly high, on most days at least. This is because we are constantly bombarded by different information like highly intense emotions, energies, and thoughts. If one is psychic and isn't aware of it, they can also receive many downloads through their psychic or intuitive gifts, making them feel overwhelmed and scared. And these emotions are valid, because one way to validate these emotions around our gifts is also painting. I vouch for it, as I have painted my way out of stimulation, overwhelmed, and information overload. Of course, we have to be consistent with our art practice to see changes. However, since we are sensitive, we could quickly be impacted by the benefits of painting. So what are some benefits of painting? Well, some of them include decreased stress levels, increased self-expression, gentle cognitive information processing. We can also experience gentle emotional processing, gentle psychic information processing as well. We can have decreased stimulation levels. We can have increase in our self-belief. We can feel a decrease in the fear levels of our body, especially if we're feeling unsafe in our body. Something that's very common for sensitive and highly sensitive people. And I, for one, had that problem, challenge, I wouldn't call it a problem, a few years ago. And I have gathered these pointers after 3 years of consistent practice with art. I started off painting 3 hours a day as my stimulation levels were extremely high. However, with time and education about my gifts, I now paint for a few minutes a day or a few times a week. Each time I paint, I feel as though I've shed off a few layers and a few kilos of information from different parts of my body. I would like you to know that I'm not saying this to just make a statement, but I have really have the lived experience of being highly sensitive, an artist, a trained artist, and somebody who's practiced art for a very long time. By the way, my name is Pranita Rao. Hi, I am a coach for sensitive and highly sensitive people, painters, spiritual seekers, and healers around the world. I support sensitive people to move from a place of self-neglect to self-love through one-on-one coaching, through my course, through my social media, and through my blog. If you are somebody who is looking for a coach to learn about your sensitivity, overcome your challenges around your sensitivity, understand and discover your unique gifts, whether they're emotional gifts, they're psychic gifts, energetic gifts, artistic gifts, creative gifts, cognitive gifts, and you need support, you need somebody to hold space for you, and you need somebody who knows what it is to be sensitive or highly sensitive, has been there, is living as a highly sensitive person, please feel free to reach out to me. You can book a clarity call with me, which is priced at $7 by finding the link for the call in the description. Sorry about that. And you don't have to pay beforehand. You can just come on the call, book an appointment, and we can have a session, a 30-minute session where you can speak about your challenges around sensitivity, and I can offer some solutions and some insight into why you're going through challenges, and we can also come up with coaching programs and offers for you. And then if you feel like you've found value in the call, you can make the payment of $7. If you feel you've not gotten value, you don't have to, but I'm assured that you will. Also, I have a course that offers a lot of education for the basics of high sensitivity and the impact of abstract art on the highly sensitive nervous system. I am an intuitive abstract artist, and I have seen abstract art help massively for me, and I've done a lot of research about the impact of abstract art in general, and I'm assured that it can help highly sensitive and sensitive people because it's a form of expression that does not require a form, figure, structure, which makes it very easy for sensitive people to express themselves, especially if they have no background in art, and it's not constricted, so you can paint whatever you want to, whether it's a scribble, a dot, a dash, doesn't matter, as long as you're able to be honest with yourself and express yourself. Abstract art will always be there for you. And if you'd like to know more, you can check out my course, and the link for that is also in the description. It's a 2-hour course, and it has a lot of compact educational information about high sensitivity, how it is to be an empath, about a lot of scientific research around high sensitivity, about lived experiences, about art, and there's also fun art video at the end, and it comes with a free one-on-one session with me, which is great because you don't have to pay for it, and it's like a win-win situation. So it's a great offer, so grab it while it lasts. And I also have a shop wherein I showcase my abstract art, and if you are somebody who's moved by art like I am, who finds a lot of meaning and value in art, I encourage you to visit my shop and make a purchase, and support my work. Lastly, I would like to thank you for being here, spending almost 12 minutes with me, and you could have been doing anything, but if you have stayed this long, I genuinely appreciate your commitment to your learning about sensitivity and high sensitivity. I truly believe that as we keep learning about sensitivity and high sensitivity, we would be adding more light into the world, and honestly, it's time that the world knew about highly sensitive people and knew that there are more of us than we would ever imagine, because we think that we're rare, but in the past few years, as much as I've been speaking about sensitivity, I realized that every other person is highly sensitive or sensitive. I've come across so many people who did not know that they were sensitive or highly sensitive, and only after I shared my story did they understand that they were sensitive and highly sensitive. And these are people who have met in cafes, who have met in bookstores, who have met in open mics and art workshops, and we're all over the world. So it's very important that we keep sharing such content with our friends, family members, colleagues, and even strangers, because we really need to educate the world, and there has to be massive outreach about high sensitivity. It's time. I truly believe that. So I encourage you to like and share my video and subscribe to my channel. Encourage your friends to like and share my video and subscribe to my channel. The more the merrier. And regardless of which part of the world you are in, what age bracket you fall under, what profession you're from, what gender you are, or whatever your spiritual belief system is, it doesn't matter. As long as you're willing to learn and willing to apply the education that you get here or in my coaching sessions, you're welcome to come and consume the content here. And please know that I make regular content on topics like art, high sensitivity, abstract art, angels. Yes, they are real beings. Angels are real, and I've done a ton of content on angels, and also angelic Reiki. I also offer Reiki for sensitive people to heal from their energetic emotional wounds, strengthen their energy body, create energetic emotional boundaries, because as highly sensitive people, we really need good boundaries. Otherwise we tend to just keep absorbing stuff. So yes, I would love to support you in any way I can. So feel free to consume all the content that's there on YouTube. You can visit my websites. The links for those are also in the description, I'm sure. You can also visit my Instagram page. It's called expressive.sensitive. And you can share your story about sensitivity or high sensitivity in the comment section below. And you can let us know as to what has your challenge been around sensitivity. What has been bothering you, my friend? If there is something that you've been struggling with, not finding help for, and what are your gifts, right? Like today we discussed so many gifts for sensitive and highly sensitive people. That did something resonate with you, did something make you feel that, hey, that's me, I have that gift. Maybe I'm a deep listener, or I'm very empathetic, or I am very creative, or I'm high on emotional intelligence, or anything else. What's your gift? I'd love to know. So please feel free to engage with me, and I will definitely reply back. Thank you for watching this video again. I hope you have a great day ahead, and please remain sensitive or highly sensitive, because we need you to be as you are, and I support your sensitivity if you have nobody telling that to you today. All right, bye.